Welcome to ZoomInData. In this video, we cover Power Apps interview questions, troubleshooting, debugging and common issues. This topic is extremely important for real-time projects, production support roles, and interviews, because most Power Apps failures happen after deployment, not during development. You will learn how experienced developers identify, analyze, and fix real Power Apps issues in production environments. 1. What are the most common runtime issues in Power Apps? Runtime issues usually occur due to data loading failures, delegation problems, or permission issues that are not visible at design time. Apps may work correctly in development but fail in production because of larger datasets or different user roles. Poor state management, such as incorrect variable usage, also causes runtime errors. These issues reduce user trust because the app appears unreliable. 2. How do you troubleshoot data not loading issues? First, verify whether the data source connection is working and the user has access permissions. Check delegation warnings to ensure filters and queries are executed at the data source. Validate that screen-level logic is not blocking data loading. Compare behavior across environments to identify configuration differences. 3. What causes unexpected blank screens in apps? Blank screens often occur due to errors in on-start or on visible logic that stop execution. Missing or broken data source connections can prevent controls from rendering. Conditional visibility logic may hide all controls unintentionally. Navigation errors may redirect users to empty screens. 4. How do you identify performance bottlenecks? Observe slow screen loading, delayed responses, or lag while scrolling. Check galleries and forms with heavy formulas or large datasets. Review unnecessary data refreshes and repeated calculations. Compare performance on desktop versus mobile devices. 5. What challenges arise when issues occur only in production? Production has real data volumes and real users, unlike dev environments. Permissions and security roles differ, exposing hidden issues. Logs and debugging options are limited in production. Fixing issues requires careful changes to avoid impacting users. 6. How do delegation issues appear during troubleshooting? Apps return incomplete or incorrect data even though logic looks correct. Filters work in small datasets but fail with large lists. Users report missing records without errors. Delegation warnings are often ignored during development. 7. What steps help diagnose data write failures? Confirm whether the user has create or edit permissions on the data source. Check validation rules or required fields blocking submissions. Review error messages returned from patch or submit form. Ensure data types match expected schema. 8. How do you troubleshoot app crashes on mobile devices? Test app behavior on different devices and operating systems. Check memory-heavy screens with images, media, or large collections. Review offline logic and caching strategies. Reduce startup logic complexity for mobile environments. 9. What common mistakes cause broken navigation? Incorrect screen names or removed screens. Conditional navigation logic blocking transitions. Navigation dependent on variables that are not set correctly. Overloaded on select logic causing failures. 10. How do permission issues manifest in Power Apps? Users see empty galleries or missing records. Form submissions fail without clear UI errors. Certain actions work for admins but fail for regular users. App appears broken only for specific roles. 11. What challenges exist in debugging complex logic? Logic spread across multiple screens becomes hard to trace. Nested conditions reduce readability. Reused variables behave unexpectedly. Lack of documentation increases debugging time. 12. How do you isolate issues caused by connectors? Temporarily replace connector calls with static data. Validate connector authentication and permissions. Test connector calls independently. Monitor error responses from external systems. 13. What causes inconsistent behavior across devices? Different screen resolutions and aspect ratios. Device-specific performance limitations. Network quality variations. Mobile-specific offline logic conflicts. 14. How do you debug issues related to app startup? Simplify on-start logic step by step. Remove unnecessary data loading at startup. Check for errors blocking initialization. Test with different user roles. 15. What tools help diagnose Power Apps issues? Power Apps monitor for tracking network calls and errors. Delegation warnings and formula error messages. Environment logs and audit history. User feedback and reproduction steps. 16. How do you handle intermittent failures? Identify patterns related to time, network, or user roles. Add logging and error capture. Reduce dependency on real-time calls. Improve retry and fallback logic. 17. What challenges arise when troubleshooting offline apps? Offline data may not sync correctly. Cached data may conflict with live data. Network reconnection logic may fail silently. Debugging offline scenarios is harder than online apps. 18. How do you troubleshoot user-specific issues? Compare permissions between working and affected users. Verify license availability. Check role-based visibility logic. Test app behavior using the same user context. 19. What mistakes cause data duplication issues? Resubmitting forms without reset logic. Patch logic running multiple times. Missing unique identifiers. Improper state clearing after submission. 20. How do you resolve broken form submissions? Validate required fields and data types. Check submit form success and failure handlers. Review back-end validation rules. Test with minimal data first. 21. What interview questions test troubleshooting skills? How do you debug issues that occur only in production? How do you handle delegation problems? How do you identify permission-related bugs? How do you fix performance issues? 22. How do logs help during debugging? Logs provide visibility into runtime behavior. They help identify failed calls and incorrect logic. Useful for audits and incident analysis. Reduce guesswork during troubleshooting. 23. What causes unexpected data refresh behavior? Automatic refresh triggers. Navigation events forcing reloads. Reused formulas across screens. Improper refresh placement. 24. How do you troubleshoot integration failures? Validate endpoint availability. Check authentication tokens. Inspect error responses. Compare behavior across environments. 25. Why is systematic troubleshooting important? Random fixes increase risk. Structured analysis reduces downtime. Helps identify root causes instead of symptoms. Builds confidence in production systems. Thank you for watching this video on ZoomInData. If you want real-time projects, contact ZoomInData. And if you want more questions on real-time projects, Contact ZoomInData. Like, share and subscribe to ZoomInData for advanced Power Apps interview content.